Welcome to Tyrannosaurus Riffs. My name is Brandon, and today we're going to check out the ENGL Savage Mark II. The ENGL Savage 120 Mark II is a 4-channel tube amplifier that is powered by two 6550 power tubes and has 6 ECC83 preamp tubes. Across the front of the amplifier, you've got your low and high input, your bright, and then you have all 4 channels of gain. You've got a pre-shape, a contour for each channel, and then a low and high gain for your crunch 2 and lead. Your clean and crunch 1 are going to share a bass, mid-lean, mid-bold, and treble. Now both mids are not active at the same time. You pick lean or bold, and then you've got your volume as well. Below that, you've got your crunch 2 and your lead that are going to share a bass, middle, treble, and a tone balance. This also comes with a rough, smooth switch, and then you've got 4 different channel volumes. You've got your noise gate, which is located on the back, but the switch is on the front. You've got your right copy for your different MIDI controls, and then you've got A and B presence with a depth boost. The depth is going to be more like a resonance, and then below that, master A and B. And this amplifier offers 2 different effects loops. On the rear of the amplifier, you have your different MIDI options, your foot switch options, your noise gate, effects loop 1, effects loop 2, a line output for the power amp, and then the different speaker inputs. Now before we dive into the playthrough, let's check this out in a quick mix. Alright, I hope you're all doing well out there. Pretty excited to check this ENGL out. I've never had one, and I've only got about 20 minutes of playtime on this one. So I'm kind of exploring it with you. Now, this is a rather large amplifier that can do a lot of different things. If you program it right, it can probably even make you dinner. Now, like I said in the specs, there's 4 different channels. There's kind of a lot of different tone shaping options. So if you like tone chasing, or even better yet, if you're a really versatile guitarist, unlike myself, this amplifier can do pretty much anything you want it to do. The only thing that maybe I don't love is that for the price tag on this, I kind of wish it came with a foot switch, but I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I do have a MIDI foot switch. It just means I have to program it. So again, that's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker. Let's just kind of jump into this thing and see what happens. We'll kind of go through all 4 channels kind of quickly, just because there's so much going on into this amplifier. When I got it, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed just looking at it. I mean, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree. But after playing with it for about 20 minutes, it's not too bad. So if you're looking at it and you're like, that's too many knobs and lights and switches, don't think of it that way. Think of it as, I can get any tone that I want and have multiple tones for, you know, if you got guitars in different tunings, you play different styles, like I mentioned earlier. This is a good amplifier to go with. So now for the signal chain, we've got a Solar A1.6 Vinter. This has the Fishman Fluence Modern pickups, and it is tuned to drop C. We're going straight into the amplifier. I do not have any pedals connected. I've got a Mesa oversized cabinet in the room for me, but we are recording through the 2Notes Torpedo Captor X using the Mesa cabinet for a better audio representation on your side. So if you've been here before, you know that I like to use the neck pickup for my clean stuff. We'll just kind of go through that rather quickly because I know you're here for the high gain, but I'd like to show you anyways. Now, I do have it on the lead channel because that noise gate's been on this whole time, and it is dead silent. I do not have any other amplifier with this much gain that any of my noise suppressors can suppress. So, I mean, check this out. Dead silence. That is, unless you accidentally move your hand, that is pretty amazing that they can tame that kind of gain with that noise gate. So I really, really like that option already. But let's go ahead and turn that off and go to and let's go to the clean channel. So we'll kind of jump through this real quick. I've already kind of dialed it in for what I like, but I'll kind of show you how I got to that, okay? So let's just set everything to noon real quick. Other than the volumes, we'll leave those alone. So this is what it sounds like at noon. Okay, I like a lot of low end on my clean stuff. Throw that right there. I kind of like the lean a little bit better. Now, another thing to note, you've got this depth boost switch right here. That's more resonance, which I tend to like. It sounds, to my ears, it adds a lot of depth that I really enjoy, but I really like that. And then you've got two different presence. You can set them the exact same and you're going to get the exact same tone. So it kind of doesn't matter. I've kind of just got it on presence B because that's kind of where I found I like it right now. It does get pretty bright, which is not a bad thing. Now that definitely does what I want it to do for a clean, but like I said, I know you're all here for the high gain, so let's move on to channel 2, which is crunch 1 volume. 2, 1 stuff, words, and stuff. All right, so crunch, again, this is gonna share the same EQ settings as the clean, okay? Now for me, I like the mid bold better on the crunch channel than I like it on the clean channel. But I still want a little bit more bass on that, so let's see if we can get some of that. Nope. Give that a little bit more back. Maybe a little bit more presence. Okay. That sounds nice. Let's turn the bright off. See, there's so many buttons that I forgot to go over the bright with the clean. And this is on the high input rather than the low. Now I could have changed a lot of different tones with the clean just using that, the pre-shape and the contour. So let's check those out real quick. This amplifier is very easy to get lost in one section because it's not that it's overly complicated, but there's just so many buttons that you kind of forget. So let's check these out. I personally like the contour because I think it adds a bit of needed presence, but depending on what you're doing, maybe you don't like it. Actually, I kind of like the bright on both the clean and the crunch. Now, as you can see and hear, you've got a lot of different options. You can really shape this however you want. But let's move on to Crunch 2. We're going to go ahead and engage the noise gate. It only works on your Crunch 2 and your lead. That gate is so tight. I love that integrated gate. Probably don't need max gain, but... I kind of like the contour on because it makes it feel to me like I've already got a boost connected. Okay, got your tone balance. I'll be honest, I can hear some changes going on, but they're so slight that it's really hard to hear in the room. I honestly need to listen back to that one to be able to tell where I like that. Another thing too, I would recommend, if you pick one of these up, read your owner's manual. There are a lot of tips from the designer, which I think is a really good thing because you're going to need some tips. Just the tip. Now, you've also got your rough and smooth. The smooth, maybe it would sound better for leads if you're if you like to do solos and stuff. That's not me, so I like it just on the rough setting. Obviously, you've got your volumes, and then your presence is again. But yeah, that's channel 3 Crunch 2. Let's move on to the lead. Now we've kind of already got it dialed in since we just did Crunch 2, but let's see if I want to change anything. So about noon is where it's gonna, oh no, let's keep it. That noise gate does a pretty good job even on the lead channel. Now past noon on the lead gain, the noise gate's going to struggle a little bit. A lot of that is because I'm sitting right next to the amplifier. If you're playing with your band, you're not standing right by your amplifier, unless you've got, you know, your full stack going. You're just jamming right in front of the speakers. That's always fun. But generally you wouldn't be playing this close. For demo's sake, you're going to get a little bit of noise. I'm trying to control that, I promise. I love gain. Now you've got your rough smooth again on the lead. And this is a pretty fun amp. The 20 minutes before I played it on, the 20 minutes I played it before I started the cameras and got everything recording, I didn't even get the tones I didn't like the tones as much as I like them right now. But again, that was only 20 minutes, so I'm just kind of exploring this with all of you. I'm sure that I've missed some things, but I like this lead channel where it's at right now. That's amazing. Now, as you can see, I'm just kind of having fun enjoying this amplifier. I am having a lot more fun with it right now than I did the 20 minutes prior, just because I was trying to get this rolling. But I'm sure that I did not hit every single combination of the different channels and everything you can do. But here's what I can say about this amplifier is that even after this short bit of time playing it, this is a very fun amplifier. You really can dial it in any way that you want, and you can you've got 4 channels. What else? I mean, how much more could you ask for, really? Figure out how to dial it in. If you really want the different versatility and you want it to be foot switchable, get a MIDI controller. I have an air step that's really nice. Now, this amplifier does come with a hefty price tag. These are made in Germany. They're $3,000 at the time of this filming. I bought this one used and got a pretty good deal on it. But yeah, this is my first time ever plugging into an ENGL. I've never played any of the other ones. The Powerball Invader, I don't even know how many they have. They've got quite a bit. This is probably the second coolest looking, the Smolsky. The Victor Smolsky is the absolute coolest looking one. But we're not talking about looks, we're talking about tones, and this is a tone monster. So I would definitely recommend it. If you get the opportunity to try one, I would definitely recommend it, because just in a little bit of time, I've already fallen in love with this amplifier, and I'm super stoked to have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate your time. I will see you soon. So take care out there.